How to achieve your goals in 2026. Most people don't fail at their goals because they are lazy. In fact, a lot of people work hard at trying to achieve their goals. They fail because their goals were never designed to survive the real world. See this, every January we sit down, we write goals. In fact, some people even start in December and we become very hopeful. We say that this is my year. This is the year I finally change. This is the year I become disciplined. And then life starts. Work becomes intense, family responsibilities increase, money becomes tight, you get tired, you get discouraged, you miss a week, then two, then the goal quietly disappears. In fact, one of the things about habits is that the moment you miss one or you don't follow through with one action, it's likely that the next one will also be missed. So sometimes when these goals don't happen, it's not because you didn't care or you lacked ambition, but because the way we are taught to set goals is not how we actually change. The way we set goals, we set them like machines. We want to be rational and logical and consistent. But we humans are emotional. We get tired. We are afraid of failure. We are influenced by our environment, the stress levels, the social pressures. In fact, I remember some goals that are set in the past. There were some things that happened with my own life that made it impossible for me to even go on with the goal. But I really did care about the goal. But my life circumstance at that time didn't make it possible for me to achieve the goal. So today I want to show you how to design goals that work with your psychology, not against it. We are not just trying to set motivational goals or aesthetic goals that look nice or feel good, or fantasy life goals. But we want to set the goals that can survive tiredness. We want to set goals that survive busy seasons and goals that survive fear and doubt and low energy and competing priorities. So I'm going to show you what psychology, behavioral science, and coaching research tells us about how humans really change and how you can use that to finally make 2026 the year your goals stop being wishes and start becoming your life. So if you're an early career professional or mid-career professional who keeps setting goals to grow, to earn more, to feel more confident, or to move into leadership and to finally feel fulfilled, but somehow you feel stuck in the same pattern, working hard, staying busy, and not moving forward in the way that you hoped, this session is for you. By the end of this video, you will understand why most goals fail psychologically, what kind of goals actually work, and how to build a system that supports your goals long after motivation is gone. So let's dive right into point one. Point one, I want us to look into goal setting theory by Locke and Latham. So psychologists Edwin Locke and Gary Latham spent decades studying how goals affect performance. Their research shows that goals work best when they are 1. Specific, 2. Challenging but realistic, 3. Clearly defined, and 4. Personally meaningful. Some of you might have seen, and a lot of us have actually heard about setting SMART goals. This kind of similar. So the problem is that most people don't set goals, they set wishes. You wish that I want to grow in this specific area, I want to be more confident, I want to earn more, I want to become better. These are emotionally comforting statements, but they are psychologically weak. Your brain cannot act on abstracts. So your nervous system cannot execute vagueness. So if you set something that's so vague, your nervous system does not know how to actually work with that. So I want to grow does not tell your brain what behavior to perform tomorrow morning. But this does. I will complete one leadership certification by July 2026. I will apply for 2 internal stretch roles by September 2026. I will save 10% of my income automatically every month. Now your brain has instruction. Think of your brain like a GPS system. And if you say, take me somewhere better, where is the somewhere? Like, where are we going? But then if you say, take me to Kumasi from Accra, now it can calculate a route, right? So most people fail not because they lack motivation, but because they lack translation. So you fail to translate desire into behavior. So if you say your first job is not to dream big. Your first job is to design clearer. Your first job is clarity. Let's look at point 2, which is the GROW model, turning intention into strategy. John Whitmore. So this is something that is grounded in executive coaching. The GROW model comes from leadership coaching and is widely used in corporate and executive development. So GROW stands for G for goal, R for reality, O for options, and W for will. So goal, G for goal, what exactly do I want? R for reality, where am I now? O for options, what are my possible paths? And then W for will, what am I committing to? What is interesting with this module, and let me say that you can adopt any of these 4 options that I'm sharing in this video. So for this GROW module, what is interesting about it is that most people skip reality. So we set the goals and then we forget about our own reality. You plan from optimism, not from truth. So you imagine a future version of yourselves, more energetic, more confident, less stressed, and design plans for that person. But strategy must start with who you are now. So if you work from 9 to 5 and you commute 2 hours and manage family responsibilities, a plan that requires 5 hours daily is not ambitious. It's just unrealistic. And unrealistic plans destroy self-trust, because every time you fail to keep an unrealistic promise to yourself, you weaken your sense of urgency. And so your sustainable plans would now build your identity, and then the unsustainable plans will destroy your confidence. So you will ask, what does my real week look like? What energy do I actually have? And what emotional resistance do I feel? When you have this in mind, you are able to look at your given circumstance and what you can actually do within that time. So if you set a goal that you cannot achieve, you set yourself up already for failure, because you do not have the capacity for it. And that could look like so many things in terms of your resources, resources including finances, time, many other things. So a gentle plan that you can keep beats a heroic plan that you abandon. So now we will go to point 3, which is implementation intention. Why discipline is overrated. So this is by Peter Gollwitzer. It's grounded in behavioral psychology. Have I said that I like psychology very much? In fact, my degree is in psychology. My first degree is in English and psychology. So you'll be hearing a lot of psychology in our teaching sessions. So this particular point is also referenced in the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. And I think that a lot of people should take time and read the book. And if you've read it and you didn't make certain adjustments. I recommend that you read it again because there are so many things to learn about building habits and building patterns and how you set goals and achieve them. This is actually important. This theory based on behavioral psychology is one of the most powerful tools for behavior change research. And the truth is that how in international development, changing behavior, helping communities to change their behavior, we use a lot of behavioral change research, behavioral change theory to help them to adapt to behavior change. So this is really important. So implementation intentions are if-then plans. So you pre-decide behavior so you don't rely on motivation. Instead of saying that I will try and work on this more, you decide that if it's Monday evening, I study for 30 minutes. If I feel tired, I still do the smallest version. And if I skip a day, I resume the next day without guilt. This works because the brain loves certainty. So you remove emotional negotiation. Should I, can I do, I feel like it. Because a lot of times we sit down and feel like, I don't feel like doing this. I don't feel like doing this. I don't want to do this. I'm not in the mood to do that. Well, because in that moment, there are certain things that feel easier to do. Like just sit on your bed and scroll on your phone rather than putting the phone down and picking the book, right? So you have to skip the negotiations once you give your brain the certainty. So you say, no, it's Monday, so we study. So this is what James Clear means when he says that you do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Discipline is not strength. Discipline is design. That is how you achieve goals. So 4.4, this is one of the researchers that you will hear about a lot in psychology. He's called Albert Bandura, and he has a lot of theories that I love. And one of them is self-efficacy. And Bandura's research shows that confidence does not come before action. It comes after. So you act, you see progress, then you believe. That's why weekly reflections is not optional. You ask, what moved forward, what stalled, what fell hard, what needs adjustment. This keeps your goal alive and responsive. Rigid goals break, living goals evolve. So goals that survive are not rigid, they are alive. They adapt, they respond, they evolve with your life. This is how you stay in relationship with your goals instead of abandoning them. So to recap what we've done so far, we've spoken about 4 main points on how to achieve your goals. The first one is about why goals fail, and we've looked at Locke and Latham, and we've looked at goal setting theory, that you have to make sure that you are being as specific as possible. The second part is the GROW module, and we want to emphasize the realistic aspect of goal setting and to make sure that you look at your resources in setting these goals. The third point is about implementation intention, something that some people would call habit stacking, etc. That it's not about motivation, it's about insisting and saying that this is what we've set and this is what we are going to do, and teaching your brain about certainty and following through with it. And the last point is about giving feedback, because that is how you build confidence, and that is how you're able to follow up on your goals, because you have to reflect and do reviews as well. So to conclude, if there's one thing I want you to take from this, it is this: your future is not built by big dreams, it's built by small, consistent, structured actions. Design your goals that fit real life, not fantasy life. Design goals that respect your energy, your psychology, and your season. And if you want help building a growth or career strategy that fits your real life, I invite you to join my upcoming training sessions. You can find more on the sessions that are coming up this year over here and check all the goals, or you can set up a one-on-one session with me. The link is in the description. And let's stop setting goals that impress us, and let's start building goals that really transform us. I wish you the best of 2026. Cheers!